Most people often grow up to become an adult that is not always a reflection of their true self. It is so easy in this world to lose track of our authentic self and not be the best version of ourselves. Since you've picked up this tutorial, it means that you are ready to bring back that authentic self, that beauty that lies within you, and show it to the world. Here are 5 actions you can do to be a better person. Express love. Being a better person is about learning to be a better person toward ourselves first. It has to start from within you. To be a better person, you have to find love within. You have to be able to show yourself compassion, love, and acceptance. You can't give to others what you are unable to deliver to yourself. Once you can love yourself, you will radiate love, and others will be attracted to you. Express love by acknowledging one thing you love about yourself every morning. 2 things authentic people do and how you can be your true self. In this tutorial, I will show you 2 things that people who live their authentic selves do. You will learn how you can also be aligned with your true self. In this world where social media often encourages an image of imperfection, it can be challenging to be your true self, or at least show yourself to the world. While those who live an authentic life tend to be happier and have more success in life, it is by far more difficult to do than it seems. The following 2 recommendations will help you live a life where you can be your true self. The first suggestion is the following. Learn to accept yourself. It is something that we often hear, but what does it mean in practical ways? Accepting yourself is being able to look at yourself in the mirror and see who you truly are. Your true self is simply the self that is not trying to please others or being perfect. Your true self is the part of you that is enough and authentic. To accept yourself, you have to start by recognizing the good in you. List 5 things that you love about yourself. If you can't find 5 things, ask people who are close to you to list what they love about you. Once you've listed these 5 qualities of yourself, reflect upon them and dig deep into becoming comfortable accepting compliments about yourself. Now that you're starting to accept your qualities, try to make a list of 2 things you don't like about yourself. Explore these 2 things very deeply. Ask yourself, if those 2 things were in my best friend, would I still love that person for whom she or he is? If so, why is it so hard to accept those things in me? What if it was acceptable for me not to be perfect? How would life look? Choose to let go of the need to be perfect. Do you have to be perfect to be loved? What if loving yourself meant that it was merely accepting yourself for who you are, flaws and all? Learn to listen to yourself. One of the biggest mistakes we make growing up is losing a sense of self. We stop listening to ourselves and start paying attention to what others think of us. After years of trying to please others, we completely forget who we are and what we want. It is possible to come back to listening to yourself by starting to build boundaries. Boundaries mean that you place yourself as a priority to ensure that you don't lose yourself in relationships with others. That said, a boundary could be to say no when you don't feel like doing something. It could also be not to develop a relationship with individuals who seem to want to change you or always require you to do something for them. By distancing yourself from people who continuously require that you feed their ego, you are slowly making space for yourself and allowing more energy to be spent for your own needs. Once you've created that space, it will be easier to understand your needs and listen to what you want in life. Listening to yourself can be difficult at first because we don't always know what we want or what we need. A great way to approach it is to seek what you see in your external world. For example, if you feel like you need attention from others, it could mean that you simply need to give yourself more attention. On the other hand, if you get annoyed by people who don't meet your expectations, it could be a sign that you feel you're not meeting your own expectations. Debbie Ford once said, "The world mirrors yourself back to you. If you love, nourish, and appreciate yourself internally, it will show up in your external life. If you want more love, give more love to yourself. If you want acceptance, accept yourself." It is now time for you to not only accept yourself for who you are, but also start listening to your needs and take ownership to nourish them. In this tutorial, you will learn 3 steps to take that will lead you to be the best version of yourself. The following steps are: Step 1. Do more of what you enjoy. We tend to be our best selves when we are in an environment where we thrive. Take a moment to reflect and write about a time in your life where you felt you were the best version of yourself. What were you doing? Who were the people with you? Now take the time to reflect on how you can recreate that situation. What would you like to do more in your life? When we do things that we enjoy, we are automatically working from an authentic self and automatically align with the best version of ourselves. We will likely feel more joy, at peace, and happy. When you are experiencing these emotions, you are attracting individuals who feel similarly. Doing more of what you like will have the positive impact of surrounding yourself with people who uplift you and appreciate you for who you are. When you operate from a space of authenticity, you are living your best life. Step 2. Nurture your mind, body, and soul. Nurturing yourself could also be perceived as self-care. Although self-care often leads us to only think of the physical aspect of our body, nurturing yourself means that you are respectful and mindful of yourself as a whole. It means that you take the time to rest when your physical body needs it. You take the time to be in the present moment when your mind is working on overdrive. Or you take the time to nourish your soul when you've been misaligned with what brings you joy. It is much easier to be the best version of yourself when you feel rested, at peace, and happy. You can't expect others to take care of you. Only you know when your needs are not being met. Start by practicing self-awareness and recognize when you are out of balance with yourself. By listening to your needs, you are showing self-love. And also, the faster you'll pay attention to your needs, the quicker you will be the best version of yourself. Be careful not to fall in the trap of the victim mindset, where you claim that you are unable to take care of yourself because you have to take care of others. Too many people learn the hard way that if you don't find time to take care of yourself now, you will be forced to take care of your illness later. Nurturing yourself might be counterintuitive, but it is the #1 way you can ensure that you'll be there for others. Step 3. Get rid of what doesn't align with your best self. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to learn to say no and create boundaries. By distancing yourself from things that don't align with your authentic self, you are saying no to distraction and hindrance to living your best life. Start by acknowledging what things you do simply to please others. What are the activities that you do that doesn't nourish your best self? Are there people that make you feel far from your best self? Once you are aware of those activities and people that no longer match your best self, start distancing yourself from them or simply stop maintaining the relationship. It doesn't make you a bad person. Saying no to relationships that don't fulfill you is merely showing respect toward your true self. When you start respecting yourself, you put yourself as the priority. Many people believe it is selfish. Meanwhile, when it is done for the right reasons, it serves a bigger purpose. It allows you to have the time, energy, and wellness to be your best self around others. It will enable you to be present for others and in return, uplift them too. When you find the courage to create healthy boundaries in your life, you quickly are rewarded with joy, happiness, and a sense of being the best version of yourself. 3 things you can do to feel your best. Being your best can mean many things to many people. The 3 things I'll share with you today are accessible to anyone who would like to be the better version of themselves. Here are the 3 things you can do now. Express gratitude. Gratitude is the #1 way you can feel great about yourself and your life. When you can recognize the good about yourself, you place all your energy toward what you have as opposed to your gaps. This behavior can change a lot in your life. Start by writing down what you are grateful for about yourself. For example, you could say, I'm thankful for my smile. I'm grateful for my determination. I'm grateful for my ability to find work, etc. Every day, wake up in the morning and as soon as you open your eyes, say one thing you are grateful for about yourself and one thing you are grateful for toward your life. This simple act will help you start your day feeling your best. Practice positive self-talk. The way that you talk to yourself will impact the way you feel about yourself. If you are continually doing negative self-talk, it is practically impossible for you to feel your best. Just imagine that you talk negatively to a friend all the time. Criticizing or judging that person will only make that person feel horrible about themselves. The same will apply to you. Start by being aware of your self-talk. Catch yourself when you are hard on yourself, and rephrase your self-talk to be more positive. For example, if you are criticizing your hips for how they look in a pair of jeans, reframe your thoughts to recognize something you love about yourself. No one is perfect, and there's no reason for you to expect anything different for yourself. Learn to embrace your flaws and recognize the good in you. Once you can positively talk to yourself, you will feel more better about yourself. Have the goal of being your biggest fan, and you won't be disappointed with whatever outcome you get. Be honest with yourself. One of our most significant barriers to reaching our best self is the constant lies we convince ourselves to believe. One of those lies is the idea that we have to please others to be loved. When you try to please others, you are entirely detaching yourself from what you want and who you are. You're trying to be someone you aren't just to make sure you are liked by others. That is one of the biggest lies we live. The one where we think that no one will like us for who we truly are. Start right now by saying no to that limiting belief. Stop lying to yourself, because the truth is, once you accept who you are, others will too. Remove that mask that you've been wearing your whole life and finally face the truth. Your true and authentic self is good enough. You are good enough. And you can be loved for who you indeed are. This change won't be easy, and it won't change overnight. It probably took years for you to build that mask, so it could take a long time to find your true self. The most important part is to start connecting with yourself and start asking yourself if you are doing something to please others or if you are doing it for yourself. When you can discern the difference, you will be able to slowly move back into a place where you are in integrity with your authentic self and no longer living a lie. Ask yourself this: what are the things that I do today to please others? What aspect of myself am I not being honest with? Feeling your best can take time, depending on how long you've been disconnected from your authentic self. Rest assured that with hard work and dedication, anyone can be the best version of themselves.